Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to what I think is episode 30 of Prison Architect. And we're still waiting for our new cell block to be finished. It's mostly built, we're just waiting for all of the utilities to be put in. And it seems like that is happening just the way it should be. I'm starting to see these sort of flashing water symbols disappear, and I can see where we've got pipes and things queued up to be built, so I'm quite happy about that. I am waiting for this last CCTV to be installed. That will then allow me to go and connect up the CCTV itself. There is supposed to be a wall being built over there. I'm not too sure why that wall isn't showing, but it is supposed to be there. Did I just unplan that? No, it is still planned. I just can't see the wall. That's fine. If it doesn't get built, we'll put that one in manually afterwards. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's check out the intelligence. Something that we should have been doing a lot more often. Let's look at normally informants where you see things coming in. But nothing coming in at the moment that we can see. In the last 24 hours, we found a fair few things, but yeah, it is interesting to see where some of this stuff has come in from. And we can see that, you know, it's getting hidden in people's cells and stuff like that. Hammer. A lot of stuff getting hidden in these two cells, actually. So we'd like to... I think I want to search this entire cell block. And I think what we should do as well is we should also go through and manually search the toilets. Because that's how you find the tunnels. And we've already found more than a few of them. We should go ahead and do these ones as well. We've only had one escape recently. But I think it's always worth just checking these tunnels. It nearly always seems to be the dorms as well. It's not always the dorms. I mean, I have had some escapes that have come from the normal cells, but it's definitely been more dormitories than anything else. So maybe what we need to do to avoid some of the contraband coming in is to change our policy on that and how people get punished. So if we go into our policy, and we can see at the moment, if somebody is found with luxuries, they get searched, they get the luxury confiscated, but nothing happens to them. So I think if they get found with luxuries, they should get locked down for, say, a couple of hours. Serious injury should probably be 6 hours. Escape attempt. So we're just going to make the punishments higher. Because making the punishments higher should be a better deterrent, hopefully. Lock people up for a little bit longer. Of course, the problem you have is the longer people spend in solitary, the more upset they get and the less time they will have to work and do stuff like that. So you do have to be a little bit careful about what you are doing with that. Because I record these videos in batches of 5, as regular viewers will know, this is the 5th video because it's the last one of the week, so I haven't really gone to the wiki yet and found out how we managed to get the, how big these luxury cells are. They're huge. Look at that. Wow, that is a cell and a half, isn't it? See, the pre-built luxury cells already have a computer desk built in, as well as having a shower in there. Anyway, I digress because that's not what I was talking about. So, yeah, this is the 5th video of the week, so I haven't really had a chance yet to go and work out how the informants thing works. It just says that I can recruit people under duress, but, you know, I still haven't actually found a way of doing that yet. I'm sure at some point I will. I assume it works. I mean, this game is sort of final release point at the moment, so it should be okay. In the meantime, though, let's just go and have a quick look at utilities. We've got... I thought I just saw something there that still wasn't connected up. I know the camera needs connecting up, but yeah, it must have been just sorted out. So that should be connected to this CCTV monitor, I think. Yeah, so we'll connect you up to that. Some of them are connected up to, like, the wrong ones, but as long as they're all connected up to something and they're all being monitored, that is fine. One thing that I should do, two things that I should do. One is pay off the loan, and two is actually get the rest of the research done. We really need to think about doing that. There's a couple of things that we can still get. The tax haven would save us a fair bit of cash, so you will save a total of 3,000 taxes per 10,000 daily profit. So that's nice. So maybe it's worth hanging on to that loan money. So in fact, why don't we go and increase the loan so that we can afford to do that? Costs us a little bit of interest, but if we actually go ahead and get that sorted out, we'll save money, which means that we'll be able to pay off the loan even quicker. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue there. So everything's looking pretty much how I want it to look. I know some of these CCTV things are dropping off. We do have some guards patrolling here, actually. Or is that just the medium security one? Yeah, I think that might just be the medium security one. Some of these are getting patrolled by guards, but not all of them. I think some of them definitely should be patrolled by guards, though. Oh, there's a death. Looks like something was going on in the kitchen. So we want one guard patrolling here, and then we want another guard patrolling around here as well. So, one death today. Can we actually see the dead one? Yep, we can. Yep, you're a snitch. Or you were a snitch, at least. Let's just go back into intelligence. Let's see if we can find somebody who is actually a snitch. And not the dead one, because the dead one doesn't count. It's the easiest way to find out who a snitch might be. Can't see any at the moment. Wish I knew where that button was to recruit people. So you are suppressed. Why can't I recruit you? Where's the button? Why is this thing not here? Found drugs. Just making sure there's nothing I can, you know, zoom, scroll or anything like that. I can't see anything. How thoroughly baffling. Very strange. What about you? I mean, obviously you're max security, which is not ideal to be a snitch. But again, just don't see... Ah, recruit informant. There we go. So you are now a confidential informant. I didn't see that button on the other guy. Did I just miss it? Was I being blind? Now I know where it is. Next time we get somebody in solitary, we'll try that again. So if we go to intelligence now and go on to informants, we have one CI. Now, it shows you what his coverage is. So he basically covers about 34% of the prison. There's another guy we've got over here as well. Recruit informant. There we go. So it's under experience. So you're going to be an informant. That's it. So what you can do is you can activate these guys. So they're idle. While they're idle, they're not really garnering suspicion. But when you activate them, their suspicion level goes up. And obviously, if people get too suspect of them, then they might, you know, they'll know they're a snitch and they'll do nasty things to them. So it doesn't look like you can recruit everybody. You won't be a criminal informant. You already are. Yeah, it already says that you're a CI, so that's fine. So at least now we know how we can get them. So that's good, and we'll utilize that at some point. So I can demonstrate that now. So we'll go back into intelligence, we'll go into informants, and we will take, I don't know which one of these is locked up and which one isn't, but you're not locked up right now. Neither are you. You've got the least suspicion though, so what we'll do is we'll go and activate you. So now that you're activated, it's a little bit weird. When you activate a CI, they get taken to the, I believe they get taken to the security office. And it's funny how the guy that was, the guard that was escorting him decided to stop escorting him and then re-escort him in a different direction. But that should go up to the security office. So let's just speed things up a little bit. So yeah, so we've gone up to the security room there. So but basically what he's going to do is he's going to start aggressing on people because he's active. So he's sitting in the security office and he's telling all of the guards about what's going on. And as you can see, things are now starting to appear on the map. And this is because he's basically saying, well, you know, this guy in this cell block told me that somebody was smuggling this in, and then so-and-so's buddy said his cousin was throwing some narcotics over the wall tomorrow evening at whatever time. So all of these things will start to then appear on the map, which means you can start to go and search things, which is ideal. And obviously, when they're not active, their suspicion level drops, but the longer they're active, the higher the suspicion level gets. I think it might be time to search this cell. And let's just pause up. See, we know this guy's got something on him. So we want to actually search this prisoner. But now we've said search that prisoner, this guy's suspicion has instantly jumped up. And that's because this guy's going to think, well, the only person I told about this poison that I've got was Mark Mead here. So if the guards know I've got this poison, it must have been Mark that told them. So we'll go and deactivate him now, because we don't want him to get killed off if we can avoid it. So what's now going to happen is this guy's going to go and get searched. And hopefully we should find some poison on him. Good job we did search in here. We just found a pickaxe. And there we go. We have found the poison. So as you can see, having the informants definitely works. And it's well worth having. Still got a few CCTVs that are struggling. That should, yeah, they are connected up. It's just because they're the people watching them are cycling around. Still haven't produced 10 superior beds yet. In fact, I don't know how many beds we've produced, if we've produced any at all. People do seem to be using the carpenter table. Concentration bad, understanding excellent. Attendance 66%, chance 21. So you're just doing the carpentry course. We can't even build the beds yet. We don't even have any qualified carpenters. You're literally just at the point where you're trying to learn to be a carpenter. So that's fine, I guess. So we will need to build another cell block, and that's what we will do. We'll build a couple more of these regular cell blocks over here, because we can fit 2 more in. So we will definitely want to go and do that. Anything for death row yet? Still nothing. Anything that we really want to change or fiddle around with? Our biggest expense by far is guard wages, like $11,000 a day. So we do have a lot of staff. So here it just counts all of your guards. You can fire them. Why aren't these... Oh, I was going to say, why don't these guards have tasers? But it's probably because they haven't actually passed the... Oh, they come with the dog handlers, actually. Yeah, these are the dog handlers. Dog handlers don't carry tasers. That's why they're showing up slightly differently. That is fine. So we've got some more prisoners coming in. Is that a box with a drain in it? Where's that drain going? It's a box with a drain in. But we've already got drains in everywhere, apart from... Oh, I see. It's because that door's locked. Blocked. There we go. Lock that open. Then you can put those drains in. There we go. That'll get that problem fixed, hopefully. Let's speed things back up again. Yeah, I'm generally happy with how things are going now. I'm just trying to build up some money. We will buy some more land at some point. We'll expand out maybe to the north, or... I mean, we could go across the other side of the road, but that's a little bit messy. So we might just expand out in... The thing is now, we can't just buy... Because this was... When this was a square block, we can't just buy one square block here and have like an L shape. We have to buy the entire rectangle. And that's quite expensive. That's going to cost us $67,500, whether we go top or bottom. So if we want to just keep going out long ways, $45,000. But it's still cheaper just to buy the rectangular one. So we might do that. You know, we'll keep it sort of a square or rectangle if we can, because you can't really make odd shapes. We've still got nearly $7,000 coming in per day. All of our... guards seem quite busy at the moment, which is, I guess, relatively normal, maybe. How are we doing on that research? Very slow. Mind you, I was running the game at a slow speed, so that I do understand. So, one other thing. The developers of this game have actually been working on what they call a version 2. I know there are a few other YouTubers that have been playing it on version 2. I decided I wanted to sort of try and see this game through, even though it's really a sandbox game, so there isn't really an end game. But one thing that you can do in this game is you can go and, if you click on the right thing at least, you can eventually, when you've had no recent deaths, you can sell your prison. And you basically then get to start a new prison with the starting balance that you got from selling your old one. Which we might do at some point, but what I want to do for now is try and get to a point where I've got as far as I can with this prison. And basically the developers have made a version 2, which you can currently, if you own this game on Steam, you can currently go into the betas tab for the game client through Steam and activate the version 2 beta. And there are a few differences. Most of the differences that I've seen appear to be cosmetic. I'll be quite honest, put my hands up and say I haven't really done an awful lot of research into it. I think the only thing I actually saw recently was Quill18 was playing it, and I had a quick look, and yeah, I definitely noticed some cosmetic differences. I don't know whether or not he was using mods or anything. I don't believe so, but the clock, for example, was replaced by a digital clock instead of the analog clock. When you went down onto the, you know, these pop-up menus with the objects, we've got a potential tunnel here. When you went down onto these pop-up menus with the objects, they didn't have the blue blueprint icon behind them. They were on a white background, and it made a lot of these objects far more easy to pick out. And also, items that weren't unlocked and items that you couldn't use didn't appear. So you did not end up with like this massive list of stuff every time you opened the interface. So I don't know what all of the changes are, and I probably will switch to version 2 at some point, but I don't really want to switch to version 2 in the middle of this game because I don't exactly know how that will work out. So once again, it looks like we've spotted a tunnel over here. So what we're going to go and do is search all of these toilets, the ones that are in pretty much a straight line. It's the toilet we want. We want to search. We want to search the toilet here. We'll do these ones as well, because it might well be in one of these. Okay, let's just go and unpause things. So if that is the a tunnel there, it's very likely. I mean, we do quite often get told there's a tunnel around this area, so it might be that it's just a you know, a false alarm. That does happen. We'll search these ones as well, just in case. It's better to search. I think it's better to search on a false alarm than not to search and have prisoners escape. So we'll wait until these searches are done. As soon as they're concluded, we will wrap this video up. That'll be us done for a week. I'm glad I managed to get the criminal informant thing sorted out. So as you can see, suspicion levels are dropping again now, which is good. We do have somebody else that we could go and activate. So let's go and activate him while we wait for the rest of these cells to be searched. Well, doesn't look like we've found any tunnel out there already. I mean, it is quite possible that it could be one of these toilets. You're spending a lot of time over the toilet there. Now, a lot of the time, tunnels tend to be in a straight line, but as I've said before, the prisoners are supposed to avoid tunneling under walls. They'll go through under as few walls as possible. So we will just search a couple more, just to fully satisfy ourselves that we're not going to have a problem with people escaping. We're already back up to $31,500 in the bank, which is quite nice. So we'll be able to pay off our loan and do the rest of our research, which is going to be really good. If we can get these grants sorted out, I mean, that Reform Through Education initiative, if we could get more people to pass that, I mean, there's $40,000. We've got a total of $70,000 sitting there on the table to come in if we can finish all of these grants. They do start to get difficult as you go, you know, as you sort of get later in the game. So it looks like all of the toilet searches are done. We didn't reveal any tunnels, so it must have been a false alarm. We do have our guy here, our informant. He's currently active. So as you can see, his suspicion level is going up. We're not too bothered about things like cigarettes. Alcohol is a potential problem. Lighters are a problem. So we go ahead, and it's not the light that we want. We want the bookshelf. So we search this, but you can see his suspicion instantly goes up. Because we've just said, look, we want to search something. This toilet here has a spoon in it, so if we search this, his suspicion jumps up. There's poison somewhere in this cell, so if we go ahead and search the cell, his suspicion instantly jumps up. This guy's got alcohol on him. If we search him, the suspicion instantly jumps up. So we want to go now and deactivate this guy, because the more suspicion he gets, the more chance he's got of being killed, and he probably will be now already, because his suspicion is very high. And of course, it's really obvious the fact that he keeps going into the security office, and then a load of people get searched and have stuff found on them. And, you know, that just probably means he's going to end up getting killed at some point. But yeah, you see, we're starting to find stuff now, so people are going to get locked up. If we do find anybody else in solitary, I haven't had a look around for a while. I've not looked at the solitaries. But we probably should do, because we might find that we've got a person or two that we can recruit. I know I said I was going to end this video, and I do intend to very shortly. So we've got you there. We cannot recruit you, unfortunately. There must be a few more in solitary. I'd be amazed if that is the maximum number of people that we've got on lockdown. Although I guess some of them could just be on lockdown in their cells. You're about to go and get locked in solitary, because you've just been found with something. So we'll just follow this one around. In fact, you're technically suppressed, so we should be able to recruit you. Well, let's see what happens if you get put in solitary, and then we'll see if we can recruit you. Probably not, but we'll give it a go. No, you are going to solitary. Yep, there you go. So as soon as the door's locked, there we go. So if we click on you now and go to experience, yeah, we can't recruit them. So you can't always recruit everybody. It has to be somebody has to have the right type of personality to be recruitable. You can be recruited as an informant. There you go. So that's not too bad. Again, I'm still quite happy with how things are going. I'm really enjoying playing this game. It does remind me a lot of Theme Hospital. That's a game that I missed. A lot of the old Bullfrog games, Theme Park, Theme Hospital, were really, really great. But yeah, I really do have a lot of fun with Prison Architect. But that's all for today, so I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you are still enjoying this, and I will see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.